Good evening, folks. Today is the 20th of April. It is a ceremonial day for many people here in the United States as well as around the world. What we've done is, apparently all the stoners decided to get together and smoke weed on all in one day. So, being the caring guy about society that I am, I decided to join in with them. So what we have is here the assembly of the blunt. The blunt is a special ceremony, if you will. I will not do the usual ceremony while I dance around in a tutu like a circus clown, but this evening will be just as entertaining. As you see, the first item on our tray is the blunt wrap. The blunt wrap is provided to finish off the blunt. I like to put a little more weed than usual, so we're not going to just utilize the initial blunt roll, the blunt wrapper. We're going to utilize the White Owl shelled out, remove the tobacco, okay? And what we're going to do is, we're going to roll a nice 420 blunt, because it's just another day of the week, but it's another day of the stoned week. So now what we're going to do is have a quick bowl, because I don't want to sober myself while I'm rolling the blunt. Excellent. Delicious. So now you're going to take your shelled out blunt wrapper from the White Owl and you're going to fill it up with your weed. It's really a simple process, folks, because what people tend to do is stupid shit. They put too much weed. You don't take out all the fucking tobacco. I don't want tobacco in my blunt weed. I want weed in my blunt. Now that we've filled up the blunt shell itself, we're going to fold the blunt over, make a nice crease, and lick the outside a little bit, enough to keep the outer shelling held together as such. Good thing I give a demonstration and a tutorial. Now, if you're that slow, you're not really sure exactly what's going on here, we have the blunt wrap. The blunt wrap is quite an ingenious tool. Some smart man one day said, "Hey, I'm tired of fucking cutting up blunts, and I'm tired of shelling out tobacco." So some gentleman out there said, "Hey, you know what? Why don't we just sell you the wrapper without the tobacco?" Fucking genius. These are the types of ideas stoners have. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to lay out the blunt wrap. I don't know, there's some type of semblance of where you're supposed to roll this thing. There's supposed to be a sticky side. It's all supposed to be connected at some point. Yeah, I'm not really sure. So what I do is I take out my rolled blunt. I then open the shell of the blunt, or the blunt wrap, I apologize, and we then roll the whole fucking mess together. This is as easy as it gets, people. If you can't roll a blunt simply with this much detailed fucking instruction, you've either A, smoked too much weed, or you've B, don't have the knowledge to be a solid seasoned smoker. Okay? So now what I'm doing is we need to wet the outside of the blunt. Okay? Do not make it swim in the ocean. Do not make the blunt afraid of you licking it. Be nice to the blunt. The blunt's your buddy. In a couple minutes, the blunt's gonna get you fucking ripped. So I'd probably be nice to the blunt. Then I'm not sure if this is too good of a view. This is what my finished blunt would look like. A little messy, a little whatever. Okay? I'm not here for a fucking fashion show, people. We're here to get high. That's pretty much about the blunt rolling. The big difference you're going to find in my blunt and your blunt is that at your smoking end, what I like to do is, since, the blunt's not a super thin one, so what I like to do is, I'd like to filter out the weed. Not filter out the weed from smoking, but I don't want to be sucking down weed while I'm smoking. So what I've done is I've taken a little chunk of my cigarette wrapper, the cardboard, okay, and that you can even probably rip a third off of, utilize the other 2/3 as such. So now what we're going to do is we're going to roll this piece up tightly as possible. Don't get foolish. Don't take 22 hours doing it. You're wasting smoking time. Okay? There's always room for error in the blunt rolling. Okay? Now that we've rolled up our little cigarette pack piece, I'm going to insert it into your smoking end of the blunt. Okay? What does this do? Mr. Smokeman, what does this do? It creates a man-made filter in which you're not sucking in weed. And how can you beat that, people? How the fuck can you beat that? That's good shit. Because I don't want to suck in weed. No, I don't. So stay tuned. We now have our finished blunt here. The blunt's ready to be smoked. And since you've sat and watched me act a fool for the last few minutes, I'm going to leave you with me hitting the bowl. And after you have rolled your own blunt, stay tuned for part 2. Me acting an ass while I'm smoking. Thank you.